Hey guys, I'm Billy.
And I'm Don.
And you're watching Nerd Review.
And this is where our intro normally comes in.
But this is a very special episode of Nerd Review. This is going to be our first installment of a toy customization series.
Right. By our friend at DJ Adderson on Instagram. His name is Dennis. And we've mentioned him before, and he's decided that he wants us to showcase his videos.
I'm pretty excited about it. I've been following him on Instagram for a while, and I just wanted to see some videos by him, and he approached us about putting them on our channel, and pretty honored.
He does a lot of great work, like we said before, and a bunch of his followers have asked him for paint tutorials. So here's his first one.
Enjoy.
Hey guys, this is Dennis, and you're watching Nerd Review. I'm going to show you how to paint this little figurine here. This will also be a giveaway item. I think I said Wednesday is going to start the contest. More details to follow, but I'm going to show you what I do, what I use, all that, how to paint these little figurines, make them a little better. Plus, I'm going to make this one a little special. I'm actually going to start using this picture here as a basis, give it a little battleizer look, bow down all the cool armor, of course. Just little paint touches. Now, what I usually do is, on the figurines, just go ahead and pop off the feet. A little off-camera work. Pop off the arms. They just come right off. Give it a little pull because they are kind of snug, but you just got to give it a pull, and they come right off. Now, he's gonna look weird at first, but he'll look better when everything's painted. Now, using the source image here, I'm going to use these pens to give it the nice cool look. They are painter's pens. I grabbed them at Walmart, like I've said on Instagram. I use fine tip, extra fine, and I'm trying this chiseled one out. Let me go set them down. And to start off with, nice little foot action here. You can start with the feet, hands, it doesn't matter. Also, of course, matching Ranger key. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start with the main figure. These little knee joints, give them a cool paint. On the figure, on the picture here, it's got like a white and black. So I'm going to take my white, and all you got to do, also if you haven't primed the marker, you got to prime the marker like so. Just a nice press down a couple times, give it a good shake. And what you do is just give it a nice outline. That's usually how I start things. Just give it, I like to go ahead and outline everything so I know where paint's going, where paint's not going. Just slowly go around. Don't forget to take your time. I mean, it is paint. It's, fixable in case something happens. But if you just take your time the first time, then nothing will go wrong. Move the leg over. And it'll be a little too much paint there, but it's fine. Outline. This is what I always do, give it an outline, just so I know where the paint's going. And if you want, you can go ahead and start adding some color. Now, it is paint, so you're supposed to, sand or, give the texture a nice, like, a braised coat, but I just wing it. So if you're doing it just like this, the paint will kind of bubble up, as you can see. It's not like a perfect coat, but it is paint. So you just give it a nice first coat, let it dry, and then go back for more coats. Now this is the fine tip, so it's kind of hard to get like a nice solid coat here for some reason. You get like lines. But if you use the fine tip, it's a little better. But all I got is on the white is this fine, extra fine for like details and lines. Let's see. Once you get a nice coat, you know, looks a little better. Still leg or footless, but go around, give it, you know, give the rest of it its first coat, because first coat is always the most important part. Without it, it's the foundation. So if you don't have a nice, solid first coat, the rest of the coats may not look as well. And since it's going to be covered up with the feet, you don't have to do a perfect job here, since the boot's going to put right back in there. For some reason, this marker is just not working well. If it's not working well, just go ahead and depress it a few times, and usually, see, paint's coming right out. The thing with these markers is if you think paint's out, just give it a couple presses, and then paint comes right out. And go back, give it a little first coat. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's the start, and that's all you need. It's just a nice start. And of course, do the same over here. Start with the outline. And the paint is washable, so in case you get it on your fingertips, like I did, you can wash it right off. It comes out of clothes. It's not permanent, unless you just don't wash your, you know, clothes for a long time. It might stay, but washing regularly, it gets right out. Kind of move this about. Again, just, you know, give a nice outline so you know where the paint's going, where paint's not going. Always helps out. Just like when you're, you know, color between the lines. Some people always do an outline just to know where the paint's going, where it's not going. And then once the outline, you just go in and come in with the paint. Again, first coat's going to look kind of bubbly or, you know, not perfect. It's never perfect on the first paint. Just got to get a coat just so the paint adheres to the plastic. You could also sand it, which would probably help out a good bit, but personally I don't want to take the time to sand a tiny area when I can just paint a couple times extra and just get it done. But if you're, you know, a stickler, definitely give it a good sand. And there we go. First coat of Battleizer SPD. Now, you know, you're done with this. Give it a couple shakes so when you're ready next time. And now we'll move on to the hands. Here's the beforehand. Now, on the picture, he's got red on the right side, blue on the left. So I'm going to try to use some of that. He's actually got different hands than the other figures. They got more, you know, prominent, like, arm. I don't know what to call it. Again, give it a couple presses. I noticed the tip was kind of dry. What I'm going to do here, now this is the hard part, is that tiny little area in the hand, if you can see it. I'm going to give that a little color. Now this tip isn't, you know, extra fine, so you got to be really careful with this. Just, again, do the outline. Take your time on this one, because the blue paint on the white really is going to be noticeable if you do it wrong. The reason this mark, there it goes. It's working now. Just gotta make fun of it for a little bit on camera. Also, it works now. Just give it a little bit more paint here. And there you go. Little blue action. Now, I am going to paint the silver on the wrist, but I'll let that go ahead and dry first. Don't want to mess that up. Now I'm taking the red, give it a couple presses. Most of those will dry. And on this hand, same thing. Go ahead and give it a little red outline. Just like the other hand. Only this one's blue for the battleizer. This one's got a little more paint. And just like that, now he's got red. Let that sit and dry. Now, take your marker on the white. Now you go back and just cover up what looked bad the first time. Just give it some nice coat of paint. Move the joints around so it's working for you. Now on this figure, the paint doesn't have to be perfect because it is going to be battle damaged. So that's the beauty of trying to do some battle damage. If it's not 100% perfect or to your liking, you can cover up some of the mistakes with the battle damage look. Which is why I like using that a lot, because in case you don't 100%, are happy with your paint, battle damage will definitely make it, different, and covers up some of the nasty line work if you have it. Plus, who doesn't like battle damaged? It just is awesome. Now the second coat, it will look better than the first coat, but you might still see some bubbling or the paint not adhering perfectly. That's natural. It's fine. Just give it another coat. Just like with, real paint, more coats even out the color and give it a nice, consistent look. And there's the legs. Go ahead and close up. Now on the key's going to be really easy to work with here. So since I know what I want them to look like already, on the key, like I do, just go ahead and outline the top of the boot with white, since he's got that white line now. On the key, there's a little area right here where you can see a line, and exactly where you want the white to end at. Right here. Just go ahead and just fill that in. Make sure it matches on each side. There we go, that looks better. Now he's got the white, which the figure will have. On the hands, take the marker. Or on the hands, just go ahead and put a red line diagonal right there. Perfect. And do the same with the blue. Right here, diagonal line down the blue. And right now, your Ranger key looks just like your figure. And that's really it. You just gotta take your time with each marker. Make sure you allow enough time to let everything dry. Little pose. But yeah, just use your markers. You know, let everything dry, like I said. Go over if you need be. But always give time for everything to let air dry and kind of adhere to the plastic. And everything will be fine. And then once everything dries, I'll come back and I'll show you what else to do.
Alright guys, that was the first installment. Paint tutorial number 1, I guess.
Right.
Hope y'all enjoyed it. That was the SPD Red. The next episode is going to be Battle Damage.
Right. I'm really looking forward to that. So some things I liked about the video. Little tip that just I didn't even think of before is taking off the arms and legs.
Same here.
Like that makes so much sense now that it's been done, right?
Yeah.
I also like that he sounded like Jason Font a little bit. He sounded like Wes from the Red Ranger from Time Force. Yeah. So
And it kind of looks like me without hair on his face. You should work on that.
well, that was Dennis at DJ Adderson, paint tutorial number 1. Stay tuned for the next one. It should be later this week, actually.
I think he said Wednesday, but I'm not positive.
Well, yeah, but you gotta think about when we'll upload it.
Right.
Yeah. So later this week. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow him on YouTube at DJ Adderson, not on YouTube, on Instagram at DJ Adderson. Follow us on Instagram at Nerd Review YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Nerd Review YouTube.
See y'all next time.